checking 1 2. Check 1 2.
Good evening, baseball fans on the Miramichi. Welcome to beautiful Ironman Park for tonight's Senior Baseball League action between the hometown Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen and the visiting Fredericton Royals. Battle tonight of second and third place teams. Fredericton sitting in second place in the league standings. Ironmen behind them, close behind in third place. Defensively for the Ironmen at the start of this game here, we've got in the outfield Mike McKay in left, Ori Cook in center, and Zach Goss in right. On the infield, from third to first, we got Dylan Lester, Chris Keating, Charlie Molson, and Nick Leggett. Behind the plate, Jeff Watkin. And on the mound, local hero Jamie Walls. Set to face the Fredericton Royals here. Expect a good game. Good crowd here so far. Beautiful evening. Just had the pregame ceremonies, and the Ironmen honored the U13 Miramichi Twins on field before the game. Those young fellas got to go out and stand on the baseline with the team for O Canada. Big thrill for those folks. And we're getting set to go here. Jamie Walls completing his warm-up pitches. Our umpiring crew for tonight, you've got Jason Dunnett behind the plate, Miles Brito over at first, and Brian Cummings over at third. The battle of pitchers tonight. Fredericton sends Zach O'Hara to the mound. He's got a 4-1 record with a 6.59 ERA. Going up against Jamie Walls. Jamie's got a 1-3 record with a 5.06 ERA. Check to see which one of these fellas can keep the other guys at check here tonight. Almost ready to go here. First pitch leading off the game for the Fredericton Royals will be the third baseman, Adam Esty. Esty hitting .378 on the year. Steady ball player, Esty. Lots of speed, too, at the top of the lineup he gets on. You're definitely aware he's there. Got to keep him close. All set to go here. Jason Dunnett, home umpire, puts the game in play. Jamie's first pitch, bunt attempt. Bunts over the top of it. Strike one to Esty. He checks back with Dunnett to see if that would have been a call strike. Here comes the 0-1. Walls got the signs, kicks and fires. Breaking pitch popped up, shallow center. In comes Ori Cook. Tons of speed. He gets to it easily. One out here for the Royals. Top half of the first game just underway. You got to like those quick at-bats if you're a starting pitcher. 2 pitch out. And that'll bring up the shortstop, number 2, Craig Oliver. He's having a good season at the plate as well. He's hitting .370. 3 doubles. 1 home run. Surprisingly, Adam Esty's got 8 home runs. I didn't notice that. First pitch, inside, fastball, swung on, fouled back behind the plate. 0-1. Jamie Walls up ahead on both Esty and Oliver early in the at-bats. First pitch strikes. Certainly a pitcher's best friend. 0-1 the count. Walls has the sign. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch just outside. Might have been a little up as well. That'll even the count 1-1. On deck, longtime Fredericton Royal, Colby Lyle. He's hitting .410 on the season. Boys, these Royals are some gaudy batting averages early on. 1-1's inside corner of the plate. Call strike. That'll run the count to 1-2 to Oliver. Beautiful night here at the ballpark, folks. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and foul, tipped. Held on by catcher Watkin, Jeff Watkin, ever steady back there. And the first strikeout for Jamie Walls in tonight's game. And that'll bring up Colby Lyle. Last year's player of the year, I believe, in the league. Walls looks in for the sign. He's got it. Here comes the first pitch to Lyle. Breaking pitch. Beauty. Called strike. 0-1 the count. 3 batters in a row, gets ahead. First pitch strikes. Lyle digs in. Here comes the 0-1. Another breaking pitch. Lyles lines it down the third baseline. That's going to be close. Just a couple of feet foul. Foul ball. Count will go to 0-2. Mikey McKay in hot pursuit of that. Wasn't able to get to it, but it dropped 4 or 5 feet foul. Lyles making his way back to the plate. 0-2 the count. Colby Lyle hitting .410. 16 hits and 39 at bats. No doubles, triples, or home runs. As I mentioned, Adam Esty, he's having a great year at the top of the lineup. .378. 4 doubles and 8 home runs. The 0-2 to Lyles. Lyles calls time. He steps out. Jamie Walls will step off the mound. They'll both regroup. Walls gets the sign. He's ready, kicks and fires. Here comes the 0-2, high and away. 1-2 the count now to Colby Lyle. On deck for the Royals, Josh McDonald. He's hitting .353 on the year with 5 home runs. Here comes the 1-2. Another ball up and away. That'll even the count 2-2. Walls would like to get out of this inning early, quickly. Get the Ironman up to the plate. Come up against Zach O'Hara and his 6.59 ERA. Here comes the 2-2. Walls kicks and fires. Fastball fouls straight back here at the screen. That'll hold the count at 2-2. Like to say thank you to our sponsors tonight for getting us on. O'Donaghues Irish Pub. Fantastic food and drink at that establishment, folks. I've always enjoyed my trips there. And I'd also like to thank Elitecast Media and Grayson and Landon for getting us on the air, working their magic, doing everything that they do so that you guys can watch and listen to the broadcast. Here comes the 2-2. Walls kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And a 1-2-3 inning for Walls. And we'll be back shortly with the Ironmen coming to the plate for their first at-bat. See what they can do against Zach O'Hara. Stay with us, folks. This is O'Donaghues Ironmen Baseball, Thursday night baseball, and we'll be right back. Back at beautiful Ironman Field, Mikey McKay digging in for the Ironman, going up against right-hander Zach O'Hara. Mikey hitting .317 on the season, 15 singles, 4 doubles, and a home run. I think he also leads the league in hit by pitch, as he does almost every year. First pitch, low and away, ball 1 to the leadoff hitter McKay. For the Royals in the outfield to start the game, we have Matt Munn in left. That pitch, one hopper to the third baseman, fires across the diamond, gets McKay easily. I'll go through the lineup again. Defensively, Matt Munn out in left. Thomas Hoyt in center, and Josh McDonald in right. Adam Esty, the third baseman, Oliver, the shortstop, McKenna, the second baseman, and Josh Dennis at first. You got Nathan Van Putten catching and Zach O'Hara on the mound. First pitch to Keating, call strike on the inner half. O'Hara ahead 0-1 on the perennial all-star Keating. Chris hitting .348 on the season, 4 home runs. He pops that pitch mile high to the third baseman. Esty makes the grab. Quick 2 outs here for O'Hara here in the first, and that'll bring up Ironman import number 26, Dylan Lester. Lester hitting .435 on the season on the strength of 30 hits and 69 at-bats. He's got 4 doubles and a home run on his stat sheet. O'Hara looks in. First pitch called strike, fastball right down the middle. O'Hara up 0-1 to the Ironman third baseman tonight. That pitch down and away. O'Hara seems to work quick. 1-1 the count. O'Hara with the sign. He kicks and fires. Lester with a line shot down the third baseline. Just pulled that foul. 1-2 now the count. O'Hara up in the count on Lester. Lester digs in. He'll want to keep this bat alive. He fouls that pitch straight back. Hanging tough. The count remains 1-2. O'Hara looking to have a quick inning just like Jamie Walls did. Pitch on the inner half. Fouled right off at the plate. That'll bounce over towards the Royals dugout. Count remains 1-2. More of O'Hara's stats. He's got 28.2 innings pitched. He's given up 33 hits, 29 runs, 6.59 ERA. That pitch out low and away will even up the count. 2-2. Lester making him work. O'Hara looks in, gets the count, gets the sign quickly. He kicks and fires. Lester with a line shot to center. Hoyt got a beat on it. He drifts back a few steps. He'll make the catch. And that'll be it for the Ironmen in the bottom half of the first. They go 1-2-3, just like Fredericton did in their half. So after one complete inning, no score here at Ironman Field. We'll be back shortly. Back here at Ironman Field for the second inning. The scheduled batters for Fredericton are Josh McDonald, Nathan Van Putten, and Josh Dennis. McDonald hitting .353 on the year on the strength of 18 hits and 51 at-bats. 3 doubles and 5 home runs. A definite power threat with this fella. We'll see how he stacks up against local hero Jamie Walls on the mound here for the Ironmen. First batter, second inning, all set to go. Jamie kicks and fires. Here comes the first pitch to McDonald. Fastball, straight down the middle, call strike. And that's 4 batters in a row. I think Jamie has started off with first pitch strike. Pitcher's best friend, folks. Here comes the 0-1. Walls looks in. Fastball on the inner half, called ball 1. Up and in a little bit. Sort of backs McDonald off the plate a little. Big left-handed batter playing right field tonight for the Royals. Here comes the 1-1. Outside, just missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nothing special as far as alignment for the Ironmen defensively. Everybody straight up. Goss semi-deep and right. Respect the power of McDonald here. Here comes the 2-1. Calls. Fastball, strike. Strike 2 on the outer half. 2-2 the count. Wall's definitely a little more deliberate and slower than O'Hara is out there. Wall's taking his time. He looks in, gets the sign, and he's ready to go. Here comes the pitch. Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch. Stays up. Count goes full. To Josh McDonald, right fielder here tonight for Fredericton. Here comes the payoff pitch. Another breaking ball, high. Ball 4. Dennis will trot down to first, base on balls. That'll bring up the catcher, Nathan Van Putten. He's hitting .328 on the season with 1 home run. I wish they listed the RBIs in the stats, but they don't. Here comes the catcher, number 20. Right-handed bat. McDonald with the lead off first. Walls to the set. He kicks and fires, comes to the plate. Van Putten bluffs a bunt, pulls the bat back, calls strike 1. Infield was on the move. Lester charging hard from third. Van Putten pulled the bat back, faked the bunt. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and hit to left center. That'll be in the gap. McKay and Ori Cook both giving chase. McKay will come up with the ball. He'll come up throwing. They'll hold McDonald at third. And Van Putten will coast into second with a double here. The Royals have something cooking here early in the second inning. They got runners on second and third and nobody out. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 44, Josh Dennis. He's hitting .294 on the season. He also has a home run on the stat page. Walls will pitch from the full here. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Lester even with the bag at third, everybody else back. First pitch is a fastball up and away, called ball 1. That's the first batter this evening that Walls hasn't started off with a first pitch strike. So McDonald at third, Van Putten at second. Josh Dennis, the batter. Here comes the 1-0. Quick throw from Watkin down to third base, and they've got McDonald picked off. Fastball outside was called ball 2. McDonald broke towards home. Watkin come up firing. Lester with the tag. That'll be the first out here. What a big out here in the second inning. It was runners at second and third, nobody out. Now it's just runners at second with 1 out. 2-0 the count. Beautiful throw by Watkin, right on the money. The 2-0 popped up, shallow center. Ori Cook's got a beat on it, a couple strides in. Runner with the tag at second. He's not going anywhere. Cook's got a cannon. Everybody in the league knows that. He gets the ball in quickly. And how quickly this inning turned around. Second and third, nobody out. Watkin picks off the runner at third base, and then the next pitch is a pop-up short center. 2 out here in the Fredericton half of the first. Sorry, Fredericton's half of the second. That'll bring up Dylan McKenna, the second baseman tonight. McKenna hitting .231. He's got 2 home runs on the season. Walls now pitching from the stretch. First pitch to McKenna. Fastball swung on and missed. One strike on the second baseman, McKenna. Walls looks in, has his signs, comes to the set. He kicks and fires. Pitch on the outside corner. Strike 2. Quickly ahead of McKenna. 0-2. Walls has him in a good spot here. He can do a number of things. Go a little further out with the fastball. Come up and in with the fastball. Maybe drop a slow curveball on the other half. 0-2 the count on McKenna. Walls has his sign. Comes to the set. 2 out here in the Fredericton half of the second inning. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and in. McKenna sort of twists away from it. 1-2 now the count. The inning didn't start out with a whole lot of promise. Jamie's just one pitch away from getting out of this with no damage. Fredericton had runners at second and third, nobody out. Walls with the inside breaking pitch. McKenna able to hold up. He started. Was able to check his swing. The count runs 2-2. Fredericton had runners second and third, nobody out. Watkin picks off McDonald at third base, and the next batter pops up on the first pitch. 2 quick outs. Here's the 2-2. That ball hits him up and in, hits him up in the shoulder area. That'll put McKenna on at first, so now we'll have runners at first and second with 2 out here. And Matt Munn coming to the plate, the left fielder. Matt Munn hitting .224 this season. 11 hits and 49 at-bats. 1 double, no triples, no home runs. 2 out here. Big at-bat. Runners at first and second. Walls looking to get out of this without any damage. He's got the sign. He kicks and fires. First pitch to Munn. He pops it up towards first base. Here comes Leggett with a little slide. He makes a nice catch. And indeed, Jamie Walls does get out of the second inning unscathed despite the fact that there was runners at second and third, nobody out. Big play by Watkin helps him get that runner at third base. And here we are, Ironman coming to bat, looking to take the lead. And we'll be right back here at Ironman Field, folks. Beautiful night for a ball game. Glad you're listening in with us. All right, Zach O'Hara has just finished his warm-up pitches here. He's out for a second inning of work here. Leading off for the Ironmen in the bottom of the second will be the catcher, Jeff Watkin. Watkin made a beautiful throw to pick off a runner at third base to help Jamie Walls get out of that early jam there in the second. So we've got Jeff Watkin, Nick Leggett, and Charlie Molson scheduled to bat here in the bottom of the second for the Ironmen. Watkin steps in. O'Hara's got the sign. He kicks and fires. Here comes the first pitch. Breaking pitch down in the dirt. Ball 1 to the catcher, to the Ironman catcher. Another perennial all-star in this league since he's come over, Jeff Watkin. Watkin on the season hitting .237. Bit of a struggle. Does have 3 home runs, a double and a triple. That pitch also called a ball. 2-0. Watkin ahead of the count here. O'Hara falling behind. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Fastball down and in the dirt. 3-0 to the leadoff batter, Watkin. Watkin for a catcher's got good speed. He gets on base. He can steal you a base. He can go first to third easy. Got long stride. Good speed for a catcher. Here's the 3-0. Watkin with a line shot down the line. Munn's not going to get to that. Watkin digging. He's using that speed. He'll get into second here. We're going to be a close play, but he beats the throw. Munn with a great throw. Watkin just there ahead of time. McKenna put the tag on. Watkin just got there just ahead. So early on here in the second inning, the Ironmen got a little something on the go. That'll bring Nick Leggett to the plate. Nobody out, runner on second. Leggett's hitting .250 on the season, 13 for 52. He'd like to cash in Watkin here. O'Hara's got his sign, comes to the set, kicks and fires. Fastball outside, ball 1. O'Hara fell behind 3-0 to Watkin, and the first pitch here to Leggett was a ball. Here comes the 1-0. Ball 2. Leggett checked to swing. That ball broke just a little bit outside. 2-0 the count to the big first baseman. Right-handed hitting Nick Leggett. Here comes swing and a miss. 2-1 now the count. Fastball on the other half. Leggett couldn't make any contact. Charlie Molson on deck, the second baseman for the Ironmen. Here comes the 2-1. That ball's in the dirt and gets away. It only has to squirt a little bit away from Van Putten. And, of course, Watkin with his speed, he'll get into third, no problem. So there we have a runner at third base. Nobody out. 3-1 the count on Leggett. We'll look for a nice, lazy, long fly ball. Another ball in the dirt, anything. Watkin has good speed. He can score on a medium-length fly ball, to tell you the truth. So O'Hara in a little bit of a bind. Runner at third, nobody out. 3-1 the count on Leggett. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. He kicks and fires. That ball's on the inner half, called strike 2. Count runs full to Nick Leggett. 3-2, nobody out. Runner at third. O'Hara with the sign. He kicks and fires. Here comes the full count pitch. Line, ground ball, just foul of third base. Watkin taking his lead in foul territory in case that ball hits him. It'd just be a foul ball and he wouldn't be out. That'll hold the count at 3-2. We'll do it all over again. O'Hara with the sign. Like I say, he worked quick. He kicks and fires. That ball's down low. Leggett will take a walk. Runners now at first and third. Nobody out here for the Ironmen. That'll bring Charlie Molson to the plate. Molson having a good season, hitting .326. 11 singles, 2 doubles, and a triple on the season so far. He's 14 for 43. Like I say, hitting .326. Leggett at first, Watkin at third. Nobody out here. Ironman got something cooking here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Molson. Foul straight back to the screen. Molson took a healthy rip at the first fastball that he saw. O'Hara gets ahead of the count, 0-1. Jake Cook on deck, the designated hitter tonight for the Ironmen. O'Hara's got the sign, comes to the set. He kicks and fires. Here's the 0-1. Ball down low and in. 1-1 now the count. Charlie looks down at Terry Leggett down the third baseline for signs. First and third here, nobody out. Big spot here in the second inning for the Ironmen. O'Hara with the 1-1. That pitch on the outside corner calls strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Ironman second baseman, Molson. I'd like to congratulate Charlie and his wife, Maud. Recently had a little baby. I think that's their first child. Congratulations to those guys. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on in line to over the shortstop's head. That'll get down in left field, and that'll go past Munn. Malson will go into second easily with a double. Nick Leggett will cruise into third, and the Ironmen jump out here in the second inning on the strength of a couple of doubles. An RBI double by Charlie Malson drives in Jeff Watkin. So still nobody out here. That'll bring Jake Cook up to the plate. Cook hitting .250 on the season so far. Runners at second and third, nobody out. The infield for the Fredericton Royals playing in, everybody in, trying to cut off that run at home. O'Hara's got the sign. He kicks and fires. First pitch to Jake Cook. Call strike on the outer half, 0-1. 0-1 to the Ironman designated hitter tonight. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Pitch on the outer half again, call strike, 0-2. Jake Cook didn't like the call. Look back at home plate umpire Jason Dunnett. He's got himself in a bit of a hole here now. O'Hara battling, 0-2 to Jake Cook. He looks in, got the signs here. He kicks and fires. Cook swings and misses, strike 3. First out here in the Ironman second, and that'll bring up right fielder number 33, Zach Goss. Goss also hitting .250 on the season. 5 for 20. 4 singles and a double. Goss digs in, looks out to the mound. Here comes the first pitch from O'Hara. Swung on, slow grounder to second baseman. Leggett coming home. Goss will get a ground out RBI. Over to third will be Malson. Ironmen increased their lead here in the second inning to 2-0. Nick Leggett scored on that slow grounder to second base. 2 out now. Ironmen with 2 runs here so far in the second. Ori Cook, the batter. Runner at third. First pitch fastball on the outer corner, call strike. O'Hara jumps out 0-1 on the Ironman center fielder. Looking at Ori's numbers, he's also hitting .250 on the season. Breaking pitch. Across, call strike 2. O'Hara quickly ahead 0-2 on Ori Cook. Malson leading off third. Runner on third, 2 outs. Ironman already with 2 runs pushed across here. Ori swings at that pitch. It's down in the dirt. It gets away. Malson will come in from third and score. And Cook will scamper down to first. He'll reach first base on the strike 3 pass ball. I think that pitch might even have caught him on the foot. He swung on a pitch down and in, and it got away from catcher Van Putten. So here the Ironmen have pushed 3 runs across here so far in the second inning, and that'll bring us back around to the top of the order for left fielder number 42, Mike McKay. McKay grounded out to the third baseman, his first at bat. Cook with the lead on first. Tons of speed, as everybody knows. O'Hara's aware of it. He'll toss over to first just to keep Ori in check. O'Hara looks in for the signs, comes to the set. To the plate, high and outside, ball 1 to Mike McKay. Ori not showing much at first so far. Increases the lead this time. Let's see if O'Hara notices. Yep, O'Hara's throwing it back over, keeping Ori close. Ori dives in well ahead of the play. 1-0 the count on McKay. 2 out here in the second. The Ironmen have just scored 3 runs to take a 3-0 lead here against Zach O'Hara. O'Hara comes to the set. Time is called just before O'Hara was ready to begin his delivery. Not sure if it was McKay or Van Putten that called time, granted by home plate umpire Jason Dunnett. Play is back in. Ori with an even bigger lead over at first. O'Hara with the set. He comes to the plate. Call, strike, break and pitch. That'll even the count at 1-1. Cook sort of took a stutter step. First baseman Josh Dennis yelled out runner. He thought he was going, but he stopped. Cook's another stutter step on that pitch, foul straight back here by McKay, and he falls behind in the count 1-2. O'Hara trying to get out of this inning, minimizing the damage. Ironmen have already pushed 3 runs across here in the second. Runner on, 2 out. Ori Cook at first base, Mike McKay the batter. 1-2 the count to McKay. O'Hara with the set. He fires to the plate. Ball in the dirt. That'll skip by Van Putten. Ori will cruise into second base. Count's now even at 2-2, and we got another runner in scoring position for Mike McKay. O'Hara wasn't even close with that pitch. That ball bounced way in front of the plate, almost into the opposite batter's box. Van Putten with no chance. It scampers gets to the backstop, and Ori cruises into second. 2-2 the pitch. Mike McKay with a lazy fly ball to center field. Thomas Hoyt, the Royal center fielder, over. He makes a catch. That'll be the third out, but the Ironmen able to push across 3 runs here in the bottom half of the second. There was 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no Royal errors, 1 man left on base. So after 2 complete, the Ironmen 3, the Royals no score. You're listening and watching O'Donaghues Thursday Night Baseball between the Chatham Ironmen and Fredericton Royals, and we'll be right back. Leading off for the Royals in the top of the third would be the center fielder, number 8, Thomas Hoyt. Looking up his numbers, he's hitting .227 on the season. He's got 3 doubles and a triple. Young center fielder digs in against Jamie Walls. Ironmen up 3-0. Top of the third. First pitch to Hoyt. Off-speed pitch down and in. Called a ball. Beautiful night for a ball game here, folks, at Ironman Field. Jamie Walls with the delivery. Here comes the 1-0. Call, strike. Fastball on the outer half. Paints that corner. 1-1 now the count to Thomas Hoyt. Walls with the 1-1. Breaking pitch. Outer half. Call, strike 2. Jumps ahead of Hoyt 1-2. It'll be Hoyt. And then the top of the order, Esty and Oliver, the 3 scheduled batters here for the Ironmen in the top of the third. Walls with the 1-2. He kicks and fires. Up and out. That'll be ball 2. That'll even the count, 2-2. Jamie a little dejected with himself after that pitch. Wasn't even close. Just looking down the sidelines here now, folks. The baseline's a very good crowd here tonight at Ironman Field. Good to see ballpark full of folks. Here comes a 2-2. Swung on and a miss by Hoyt. Strike 3. First out here in the third inning. Hoyt goes down on strikes. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Adam Esty. Esty flied out to Ori Cook. His first at bat. Another one of those speedsters in the league. You want to keep this fella off the base paths. So with one out, the first pitch to Esty. Up and away, call a ball, ball one. Craig Oliver on deck, the shortstop. Jamie takes a little stroll behind the mound, gets himself gathered together here. And the 1-0 to Esty is on the way. Breaking pitch up. See so far here in the third inning, a couple of pitches to Hoyt were up and away, and so far here to Esty's pitches are up and away. 2-0 to count to the Royals' third baseman. Walls with the delivery. Breaking pitch on the outer half. Call. Strike. Strike one. That'll bring the count to 2-1. Painted that outside corner beautifully. 3-0 the Ironmen lead here in the third inning. Here comes the 2-1. Another breaking pitch. Stays up and outside. The count will go to 3-1 to Esty. Thank all the fans for tuning in with us here tonight, listening and watching. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Esty. That's ball 4 outside. And Esty will trot down to first with a walk. And like I said, that young fella's got some speed. We'll have to keep our eyes on him to see if he's running, being down 3 runs. That'll bring the shortstop Oliver to the plate. And his first at bat, he struck out swinging. Walls comes to the set. Esty's running. Ball swung on and missed by Oliver, and that throw gets into center field, but Ori Cook backing up. So on the first pitch, Esty steals a base. He's into scoring position. 1 out here, 1 on, top of the third. Ironman up 3-0. I mentioned Esty's got speed and likes to run. First pitch, he takes off. 1 strike on the batter, Oliver. Malson fakes coming into second base. Walls kicks and fires. Foul straight back. Breaking pitch. Walls jumps ahead quickly, 0-2 on the shortstop, Craig Oliver. Adam Esty out at second. 1 on, 1 out here. Top of the third. 2 strikes to count on the batter, Oliver. And Jamie likes to work deliberate, and it gets even slower when he's got runners on base. He takes his time out there. He comes to the set. Oliver awaits the 0-2. Here it comes. Breaking pitch. Line softly just over the head of the second baseman, but Esty at second had to wait to see if Goss out in right field was going to be able to come up with the play, so he didn't break right away. So he'll trot into third. And right now the Royals got something cooking here in the second. Runners on first and third, 1 out. And that'll bring the designated hitter Colby Lyle to the plate. Lyle was a strikeout victim back in the first. Runners on the corners, 1 out here. Lyle at the plate. Walls digs in. Comes to the set. First pitch outside corner. Outside corner call strike. Fastball. I'm not really sure if Oliver's a speedster. He's out at first. Get a decent lead over there. Esty at third. Oliver at first. Colby Lyle the batter. Jamie Walls trying to minimize the damage here. Royals got something cooking here a little bit here in the top half of the third. Here comes the pitch. Up and away. Ball 1. That'll even the count at 1-1. Lester even with the bag at third. Keating and Malson back at double play depth. Of course, Leggett holding the runner on at first. 1-1 to Colby Lyle. 1 out, 2 on here in the third. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking pitch. Little outside. 1 ball or 2 balls, 1 strike now the count to the Royals' designated hitter this evening. Sometimes you see Lyle in at second base. Tonight he's a designated hitter. Last year's player of the year in this league. Here comes the 2-1 from Walls. The pitch, the runner at first breaks. He'll slide in second. No throw from Watkin. He'll hold the ball. So now you'll have runners at second and third. One out here. 3-1 the count on Colby Lyle. Fredericton with a chance to get right back here in this game here. Ironman scored 3 in the bottom half of the second. Fredericton knocking on the door here, top half of the third. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Lyle. Jamie from the full windup. Lyle with a sort of a defensive swing there on an inside fastball. He pulls it foul, and that'll run the count full. 3-2. Jamie battling back. Lester still even with the bag at third. The rest of the infield back a little bit. Walls pitching from the full. Here comes the 3-2. One out. Runners at second and third. Ground ball. Nice diving play by Leggett at first. He tries to toss it to Jamie, but it's in behind him. He threw it from his knees. Jamie not able to make the play or to come up with it. So Lyles get credited with a single. And an RBI as Esty comes in to score. And the Fredericton Royals answer right back in the top of the third with a run of their own. That'll make the game 3-1 here in favor of the Ironmen. So that'll bring Josh McDonald to the plate. He walked in the first, the big right fielder. Runners still at first and third. First pitch up and in, ball one to the Royals right fielder. So you got Lyle over at first. You now have Craig Oliver over at third. Oliver stole a base to get into scoring position. He moved over to third on the ground ball by Colby Lyle. Leggett laid out to make the stop, kept the ball in the infield, but he tried to flip it to Jamie covering first and wasn't able to complete the throw. Here comes the 1-0. Ball outside. 2-0 the count to McDonald. Things definitely slowing down a little bit here now. Walls has the pitch, comes to the set. He kicks and fires. Fastball right across. That'll run the count to 2-1 to the big right fielder. One run across here for the Royals so far here in the top of the third. Still knocking at the door. Runners at first and second, one out. Here comes the pitch inside. 3-1 now the count. One pitch away from loading the bases. Nathan Van Putten, the catcher, on deck. Here's the pitch, down and in, ball 4. That'll fill the bases. Bring Van Putten to the plate. Bases loaded, one out. The Royals trailing by a score of 3-1 here in the top half of the third. Van Putten, back in the first inning, had a double and was stranded. Second inning. His first at bat had a double. It made it runners at second and third, and then promptly Watkin picked off the runner at third, and then there was a pop-up on the next pitch and went to runners second and third. Nobody out to runners at second with one out real quick. 2 out. So here we are, top of the third. Time's called. Terry Leggett out to the mound to have a chat with the whole infield. Bases loaded. Van Putten, the Royals batter, has a chance to bring Fredericton back in this game in a big way. See what the Jamie Wall is able to do here in a tight spot, top of the third inning. So Van Putten will dig in. Walls will look for the sign. He's got it. He's pitching from the full. First pitch to the catcher. Call, strike on the outer half. 0-1 the count. Walls jumps ahead of the count on Van Putten. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Kicks and fires up. That ball is up. That'll even the count 1-1. Bases loaded here. 1 out in the Fredericton top half of the third. Ironmen up 3-1 here on Thursday night. O'Donaghues Ironmen Baseball. Jamie with the 1-1 pitch. Weak swing. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 by the catcher Van Putten. Off-speed pitch on the outer half. He went fishing, didn't catch anything. Walls way up 1-2 now on the Fredericton catcher. 1 out here, bases loaded. Walls looking to work himself out of this jam. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout there for Jamie Walls. So that'll bring Josh Dennis to the plate now. Base is still loaded. 2 out. Fredericton still knocking on the door here, trailing 3-1 here in the top half of the third inning. Walls looking to pitch his way at a danger here. In Dennis's first at bat, he flew out to center fielder. So here comes the first pitch. Off-speed pitch outside, up and away. 1-0 the count now on the first baseman, Dennis. He flied out to Ori Cook in the second inning. Here comes the 1-0. Breaking pitch. Also up a little bit. 2-0 now the count. Jamie falls behind Dennis here, 2-0. Doesn't want to go 3-0. Bases are loaded here, 2 out. Top half of the third. Ironman up 3-1. Walls with the sign. He kicks and fires. Here comes the 2-0. Fastball on the outer half. Strike 1 called. Strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Josh Dennis. Oliver at third. Lyle at second. McDonald at first. Bases are loaded. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch high and away. 3-1 now the count. Dennis in the driver's seat here. He sees a pitch he can like. He can put a good swing on it. Doesn't like it. Leave it go. Ball 4. Walks a run. Or if it's a tough pitch and he gets a call strike, he still has another chance. Here comes the 3-1. Walls comes to the set. He kicks and fires. Call strike. Outer half. 3-2 now the count. 2 out. Bases loaded. Runners will be on the move. Dennis digs in. Walls looking to pitch himself out of trouble here. Watkin doing everything he can to help his pitcher out there. Big pitch here early in this game. 3-1 the score. Bases loaded, 2 out. Full count. Runners are running. Pitch swung on and missed. Big strikeout by Walls. He blows a fastball by Dennis, and that'll end the threat here in the top half of the third. Royals will answer with 1 run, but they still trail 3-1 here. 2.5 innings in. They strand their bases loaded. Great effort there by Walls. So we'll be back shortly. Bottom half of the third on its way. So here we are back at Ironman Field. Hometown up 3-1 over the visiting Royals here. Bottom half of the third inning. Chris Keating leading off the third inning here for the Ironmen. In his first at bat, he popped out to the third baseman. Ironmen with 3 runs in their half of the second. Royals scored 1 run in the top of the third. First pitch is low and away from O'Hara. Ball 1 to the Ironman shortstop. Here comes the 1-0. Line down the first baseline, just foul, just by inches. That'll even the count at 1-1. So O'Hara's mate's able to claw away back partly here. As I say, the Ironmen scored 3 in the second. The Royals were able to get 1 in the third. 3-1 the score here. 1-1 the pitch to Keating, and the fastball is called strike 2 on the outer half. 2-1 now. Check that. 1-2 to count to the leadoff batter here in the third inning. Chris Keating, shortstop for the Ironmen. Here comes the 1-2. Keating with a line shot up the middle. Single there for Keating leading off the third inning. And that'll bring up third baseman Dylan Lester. Lester flied out to center field, his first at bat. We'll see what third base coach Terry Leggett has brewing here with a runner on and nobody out here in the third inning. Keating with decent speed. He's got a good lead here at first. O'Hara with the set. He comes to the plate. First pitch. Line down to third baseline. Nice play there by Esty, but he comes up firing to second. He throws the ball out into right field, but on the slide, Keating staying at the bag. Beautiful dive and stop by Esty there at third base. He snagged that ball, kept that from going to the outfield. Come up quickly with a throw, trying to get the lead runner at second, but threw it high, threw it out into right field. McDonald was backing it up. Josh McDonald, he was able to get the ball in. No further damage, but Ironmen have something cooking here early in the third inning again. First 2 batters aboard. Jeff Watkin, the batter now. So with runners at first and second, Watkin steps to the plate. He had a double his first at bat. Keating at second. Lester at first. The first pitch to Watkin, down and away, ball 1. O'Hara finds himself in a little bit of trouble again. They had a lot of base runners on in that last inning. The Ironmen scored 3 in the second. Here they are. They got something going here again in the third. Next pitch, outside half, call strike, fastball. That'll even the count 1-1 to the Ironman catcher, Jeff Watkin. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. No, O'Hara will turn and fake a throw over to second. Chase Keating back to the bag. Nobody out here. Bottom of the third. Runners at first and second. Ironman got a little something on the go. Here comes O'Hara's 1-1 pitch to Watkin. Popped up here at the plate. It'll come straight back. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count on the Ironman catcher. Keating with good speed over at second. Lester, no slouch at first, but he's more known for his bat and his power and his pitching than his speed. Here comes the 1-2. Watkin with a line shot to third, stopped by Esty. He steps on the bag, fires across. Not able to make the throw. He'll throw that ball away. Oh, Watkin comes up lame at second base. Watkin pulls up lame at second base as he was strolling in. I don't know if he hit the bag funny. Bearcat McCormick on his way out to take a look at Jeff Watkin. The play was made by Esty at third. He fielded the ground ball, stepped on the bag at third for the first out, fired across the diamond to first, but the throw got away. So Lester is able to make it to third, and Watkin was able to go into second, but as he was pulling into second, he grabbed his right ankle, and he's being tended to out at second base. So while that's taking place, we're going to take a little break here, folks. I'll be back in a second. So back here at Ironman Field, bottom half of the third, Terry Leggett coaching tonight. I don't see Kevin Bowes on the bench or anything. So Leggett's coaching. He's talking with the home plate umpire, Jason Dunnett. The Ironmen are forced to scramble here and make some changes. Jeff Watkin injured himself going into second base, and he's out of the game. And now running for Watkin will be McKay. Tyler McKay, number 37, and he'll probably step right in and take over the catching duties the next half inning. So here we are with runners second and third, one out here, bottom of the third. Ironman up 3-1. Lester at third base, McKay at second, and Nick Leggett, the first baseman, now batting. He walked in his only at bat in the game so far. Back in the second inning. Charlie Maulson on deck. Maulson had a double, his first at-bat. Zach O'Hara still out there on the mound battling for the Royals. Runners at second, third. One out here. Bottom of the third. Here comes the first pitch to Leggett. Fastball in the dirt. It doesn't get far away from Van Putten. Dylan Lester unable to advance, unable to score. Ball one. The count to the big Ironman first baseman. Base hit here would be nice. Cash in two possibly. Pitches on the inside half. 2-0 now the count. O'Hara falls behind the count here on Leggett. As I mentioned, Lester at third, McKay at second. Pitch on the inner half. Swung on, foul tip there at the plate by Leggett. The count goes to 2-1. McKay out at second, running for Watkin, who pulled up lame going into second base. He hit a ball to the third baseman. The throw got away, and as he was going into second, and there's a 2-1 pitch is lined into the gap by Leggett into center. The ball gets away from Hoyt. That'll cash in 2 runs, and the error by Hoyt will allow Leggett to advance to second base. So 2 more runs there tacked on by the Ironmen here in the bottom half of the third. They increase their lead to 5-1 over the Fredericton Royals. And that'll bring Charlie Maulson to the plate with 1 out and a runner at second base. So the first pitch to Maulson. Call, strike. O'Hara jumps out ahead of Maulson 0-1. So a single and 2 RBIs for Nick Leggett. He advances to second on the error by Hoyt out in center field. The 0-1 pitch on the inner half. Fastball called a ball by home plate umpire Jason Dunnett. That'll even the count 1-1. Runner on, second base, 1 out. Charlie Maulson at the plate here in the Ironman half of the third. Ironmen lead 5-1. Malson with a lazy fly ball behind third. Oliver, the shortstop, with a long run. He makes the play just in fair territory. That'll be the second out of the inning. Nick Leggett will hold tight there at second base, and Jake Cook will come to the plate. 1 on, 2 out. Looking for a chance here to extend the Ironman lead even further. Jake, a strikeout victim in the first. Designated hitter tonight for the Ironman. He comes to the plate with Nick Leggett at second base and 2 out. And the Ironman up 5-1. First pitch to Cook. Ground ball down the first baseline. That ball will go foul just as Josh Dennis picks it up. Dennis shows the ball to first base umpire Miles Brito. Says, I made the play, but Miles says he was foul. Just barely. 0-1 now the count to the Ironman designated hitter Jake Cook. Nick Leggett out at second. His 2 out. 2 RBI single here increased the Ironman lead to 5-1 here in the third inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Cook. Pitches on the inner half. Called strike 2. Quickly O'Hara ahead of Cook 0-2. Looking to get himself out of this inning without any further damage. He comes to the set. Here, kicks and fires. Here's the 0-2. Cook, another line shot down the first base line. That's also foul. That'll hold the count at 0-2. (5-1) here. Ironman lead. Third inning over the Fredericton Royals. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Cook. Fastball in the dirt outside. The count will go to 1-2. Zach Goss on deck for the Ironman here. He grounded out to the second baseman his first at bat. Cook looking to extend the inning. The 1-2. Call strike 3 on the inner half. And that'll be all for the Ironmen here in the third. They scored 2 runs, had a couple of hits. They extend their lead to 5-1 over the visiting Fredericton Royals here. So after 3 innings of play, Chatham 5, Fredericton 1. Jamie Walls making his way back out to the mound for the 4th inning. We'll be right back, folks. Back at Ironman Field for O'Donaghues Thursday night baseball. Sirens going off in the distance. We hope everything's okay. Ironman lead the visiting Royals 5-1 here, top of 4. Jamie Walls out for his 4th inning of work. The second baseman, Dylan McKenna, will be leading off for the Royals here in the 4th. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Jamie Walls out on the mound. He's got 5 strikeouts. He's walked 3, given up 1 run. Here's the first pitch to McKenna. Call, strike on the inner half. Walls up in the count early and often here tonight. The bulk of the batters he's faced, he's jumped ahead 0-1. Here comes the pitch to McKenna. Swung on, foul tipped. And as we expected, Tyler McKay steps in behind the plate to take over the catching duties in the absence of Jeff Watkin, who injured himself running the bases the last half inning. 0-2 the count on the second baseman, McKenna. Walls looks in, gets the sign. He kicks and fires. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Swinging. One down here, top of the fourth. So with one out, that'll bring up the left fielder, Matt Munn. He flied out to the first baseman in his only other at bat of the game. The first pitch to Munn on the way. Breaking pitch. He lines it to left field. That'll drop in front of Mike McKay. He'll pick it up, get it in, and hold Munn to a single. One out, one on here for Fredericton, top of the fourth. That'll bring up the center fielder, Thomas Hoyt. He's a strikeout victim tonight. So with one on, one out, Ironmen are leading this game 5-1 here. Fredericton looking to claw their way back. First pitch to Hoyt, foul straight back. That'll be strike one on the Royal center fielder. On deck, Adam Esty. Nick Leggett holding on, Munn at first base. Walls in the set. He kicks and fires. Ball just outside. That'll even the count at 1-1. Five-1 the Ironman lead here in the top of the fourth. Jamie Walls with the 1-1 pitch. Munn running from first. McKay comes up firing. The ball gets past Keating, but backed up by Charlie Malson. Matt Munn with a stolen base. He's sitting out there at second with one out. And they count on Thomas Hoyt now 2-1. Two and one the count to Hoyt. Munn out at second. Walls kicks. Breaking pitch on the inner half. Call strike two. That'll even the count at 2s. Hoyt steps out. Collects himself a bit. Steps back in. Walls is on the mound. He's ready to go. He's got the sign, and he comes to the set. 2-2 the count on Hoyt. One out here, one on in the top of the fourth. Fastball foul straight back. That'll hold the count at 2-2. So the count's 2-2 on Hoyt. One out, one on here. Matt Munn at second base. He had a single and a stolen base. Breaking pitch outside. Count goes full on the young center fielder, Hoyt. Five-1 the score. The Ironmen up over Fredericton here, top of the fourth. Ironmen scored 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Fredericton with 1 in the third. 5-1 the score. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Hoyt. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 out now. Runner on second. McKay calls time. He wants to go out and chat with Jamie Walls, and that'll bring Adam Esty to the plate. Esty, he flied out, got on a walk, stole a base, and has the only run scored so far tonight for Fredericton. So here's the first pitch to Esty on its way. Line shot out to Zach Goss. Goss comes in, makes the catch. Shoe top catch. Beautiful catch. And that'll end the inning. Sinking liner out to Goss. He comes in charging hard. Makes a shoe top catch to finish this here threat here. So no runs for the Royals here in the second. It'll remain a 5-1 lead for the Ironmen. Check that. No runs in the fourth. So after 3.5, the Ironmen will come to the plate here in their half of the fourth, looking to extend their lead. 5-1 the Ironmen up over the Fredericton Royals. You're listening to and watching O'Donaghues Thursday Night Baseball. We'll be right back, folks. So back at Ironman Field, Ironman bottom half of the fourth. Leading off here in the fourth will be the right fielder who made a beautiful shoe top catch to end that fourth inning there for Fredericton. Zach Goss will step to the plate. Goss's first at bat, he grounded out to the second baseman. First pitch to Goss hits him. He'll trot down to first. Goss has good speed. Could see him on the run here shortly. So with nobody out, runner on first. Good start here to the Ironman half of the fourth here, and that'll bring Ori Cook to the plate. Ori was a strikeout victim, his only at bat. O'Hara, he's got to work around runners on again. Runner on first, nobody out, bottom half of the fourth. Ori Cook to the plate, Zach Goss at first. First pitch to Ori. He tries to bunt, fouls it at the plate. One strike to the speedster Cook. Top of the order, Mike McKay on deck. Ironmen looking to extend their lead here. Up by 4, fourth inning. O'Hara trying to keep them close. He comes to the set. Here comes the 0-1. Outside, ball 1. That'll even the count at 1 to the Ironman center fielder. Goss with his lead at first. O'Hara checks on him, makes a throw over to first. Goss back in plenty of time. Goss at first. Ori Cook at the plate. Mike McKay on deck. 5-1 the Ironman lead here, bottom of the fourth. 1-1 the count. O'Hara to the set. He comes to the plate. Ball low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Esty, the third baseman, charging hard, expecting Ori to lay down another bunt. He's playing well inside the bag at third. Ori faked a bunt the first pitch, but nothing since. Here comes the 2-1. Lined up through center field. Ori with a single. That'll move Goss up to second. Ori with a base hit. The Ironmen have something cooking here again in the bottom half of the fourth. 2 runners on, nobody out. Mike McKay coming to the plate. Zach O'Hara once again having to pitch around a whole bunch of base runners here. Nobody out, 2 on. And the Ironman leadoff batter and left fielder Mike McKay stepping to the plate. He squares around. He's threatening to bunt, but he pulls the bat back. O'Hara fires a fastball right down the middle. Call strike one. 0-1 the count to McKay. Third baseman Esty playing even with the bag. Here comes the 0-1. Mike, hard shot to the shortstop. Two-hopper eats up Oliver. That'll go into the outfield. Ori will scoot into third. Goss will come around. He'll score from second. The throw went to third, got away from the third baseman. Goss scores easily. Mike McKay ends up at second on the throw. See how they score that. I would assume that would be an error. No RBI. So with the Ironmen up 6-1 here in the fourth and nobody out, Chris Keating coming to the plate. Runners at second and third. It'll be Mike McKay at second, Ori Cook at third. Little conference on the mound there for the Fredericton Royals. Coach having a chat with Zach O'Hara. And that is that ground ball booted by Oliver is the Royals' third error so far this game. That allowed Goss to score. It allowed Cook to get to third and McKay to get to second. Runners at second, third. Nobody out here. The conference on the mound breaks up. The umpire and the catcher making their way back to the plate. Chris Keating now the batter. First base open. You wonder if they're considering walking Keating. No sign so far. So Keating digs in. O'Hara looks in for the sign. O'Hara kicks and fires. First pitch to Keating. Inner half, down low. Ball one. Lots of speed on the bases. Ori Cook at third. Mike McKay at second. Keating looking to break this one wide open. Here comes the 1-0. Ball called inside, inner half. Little in off the corner. 2-0 the count to Keating. He can be selective now. See something that he likes, he can put a good rip at it. Here comes the pitch. 2-0. Swung on to the first baseman. The contact play was not on. Ori Cook held at third. Keating grounds out to the first baseman. That'll be one out. Dylan Lester coming to the plate now. The runners are still at second and third. And the big first baseman stepping up. So Lester 1 for 2 so far tonight. He flied out to center in his first at bat, and he singled in his second. He comes up with runners at second and third, and one out. And now Fredericton decides to put him on. They'll load the bases. So he'll trot down to first. That'll make a bases loaded situation with Nick Leggett stepping up to the plate. Sorry, check that. Jeff Watkin. Check that again. Watkin is out with an injury. Tyler McKay, who pinch run for Watkin after he hurt an ankle, running the bases. So with one out, the bases loaded. Tyler McKay steps up for his first at-bat of the game against O'Hara. O'Hara's still out there. He's been pitching with runners on base all night. So here comes the first pitch to McKay. Swung on. Shallow left field. Munn running back. Cook tags. He's coming home. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close, folks. And Ori Cook will beat the throw. Esty actually cut it off. Didn't let the throw come in. That holds McKay at second. RBI sacrifice fly for Tyler McKay in his first at-bat. (7-1) now the score. Nick Leggett coming to the plate. 2 out. Runners at first and second. You got McKay at second. Dylan Lester over at first. Tyler McKay just had a sac fly to drive in the Ironman's 7th run. Charlie Molson on deck. O'Hara's still out there, working hard. Here comes the first pitch to Leggett. Breaking pitch on the outer half. Swung on by Leggett. He flips the ball out towards second base. And the pop fly's catch is made by Dylan McKenna to end the inning. The Ironmen scratch across 2 more runs. 2 runs and 2 hits. There was a Royal error, 2 men left on base. So after 4 complete, the hometown Ironmen 7, the visiting Royals 1. You're listening and watching O'Donaghues Thursday Night Ironman Baseball on Elitecast Media. Once again, I'd like to thank Grayson and Landon for getting us on the air here tonight. And we'll be back shortly with the top half of the 5th. So as Jamie Walls completes his warm-up pitches here for his 5th inning of work, the Royal shortstop Craig Oliver makes his way to the plate. He'll lead off here for the Royals in the 5th. Be Oliver, followed by Colby Lyle and Josh McDonald, the 3 scheduled batters here in the 5th inning. Ironman up 7-1. Walls being pretty efficient here tonight. He had a couple of little spells there with some runners on, but was able to pitch out of it. Here comes the first pitch to Oliver. Fastball, 1 hopper to Molson. He comes up with the play, fires across to Nick Leggett at first, and 1 pitch out here in the 5th. Pitchers love those 1 pitch outs, folks. Infielders do too. Keeps everybody on their toes, keeps the game moving. So that'll bring Colby Lyle to the plate. He's a strikeout victim in his first at-bat back in the 1st. He got a single in his 2nd at-bat. 1 for 2. The designated hitter steps in against Jamie Walls here. Top half of the 5th. Ironman up 7-1. The first pitch to Lyle on its way. He fakes a bunt. Ball's down and low in the dirt. Ball 1 the count. Moving right along here, folks. This game's going pretty quick despite the fact that Ironman have got 7 runs across the board. Already in the top of the 5th. Jamie Walls facing Colby Lyle. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Lyle swings and miss. He swings and fouls it back over the screen along the 3rd baseline. That'll even the count at 1-1. One the count. Here comes the offering from Jamie. Breaking pitch, left it up a little bit. Ball 2. Jamie wasn't happy with that effort on that pitch. He'll rub up the ball a bit, dig in, and get back on the mound. 2-1 to Lyles, the count. Here comes the pitch. Another breaking pitch, left high and outside. 3-1 now the count to Colby Lyle. Designated hitter for the Royals here tonight. After Lyle will be Josh McDonald. Got a board on 2 walks tonight so far. Here comes the 3-1. Fastball right down the middle. Lyle started, then he checked his swing, but it was a call strike. 3-2 now the count. Walls trying to work all the way back here. 1 out, nobody on here, top half of the 5th. Fredericton looking to claw their way back into this game. They trail by 6. Here comes the 3-2. Fastball. 3 hopper to the shortstop, Keating. He comes up with it, fires it across the Leggett. Lyle doesn't run real well. Gets him in plenty of time. 2 out here, top half of the 5th. And Josh McDonald coming to the plate. As I mentioned, he's gone on twice tonight so far. 2 walks. So he comes to the plate with nobody on, 2 out. Jamie Wall's looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. So far, according to my count, Jamie's got 7 strikeouts tonight, 3 walks. McDonald's got 2 of them. Here's the first pitch. Up and away. Ball 1 to the big right fielder. Here comes the 1-0. Walls kicks and fires. Fastball, outer half. Line down the third baseline, but 10 or 12 feet foul. Deep ball. Mike McKay will go retrieve that down in the corner. That'll even the count at 1-1. Jamie taking his time out there in between pitches now, getting late in the game. 5th inning, top of 5, 6-run lead. He's on the mound. Counts 1-1 to McDonald. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Jamie still has some zip on his fastball here in the 5th inning. Looking to go 1-2-3 here, get the Ironman back up. Hopefully he can scratch a couple more runs across. If they can scratch 4 across, it'll be a 10-run rule game. That pitch up and away, 2-2 now the count. Don't mean to jinx it, but a quick 5-inning ball game here would be just what the doctor ordered. 2-2 the count on McDonald. 2 out, nobody on here in the 5th. Jamie Walls kicks, fires. That ball is in, inner half. Jamie wanted that pitch. That'll run the count to 3-2. Jamie thought he had the plate on the inner half there, but Jason Dunnett, the home plate umpire, disagrees. 3-2 now the count. Payoff pitch. Here it comes. Fastball, foul tip. Unable to hold on was McKay behind the plate. McDonald able to stay alive here, top half of the 5th. 2 out, nobody on. Count 3-2. He just got enough of that pitch. McKay not able to hold on. Here comes the payoff pitch, folks. 3-2. Fastball, outer half, strike 3, called. And that'll be all for the Royals here in the top half of the 5th. So on the strength of his 8th strikeout of the evening, Walls leaves the heads to the dugout, leaves the mound. Ironman will be coming to bat in their half of the 5th. Already up 6. 7-1 Ironman with a big lead here against the visiting Fredericton Royals. We'll be back here for the Ironman half of the 5th inning. So back here at Ironman Field, beautiful Ironman Field, I'd like to add. Bottom half of the 5th, Ironman coming to the plate. Fredericton has made a pitching change. Done for the night is Zach O'Hara. He leaves trailing 7-1. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. New pitcher for the Royals is number 6, Isaac Edwards. He's only got 2.1 innings pitched so far this year. He's got an ERA of 3. So we'll see how the Ironmen fare against this new pitcher, right-hander. Tall, slender young fella, not very big. Sort of slings it sidearm. Charlie Malson will lead it off here for the Ironmen here in the bottom half of the fifth. It'll be Malson, Jake Cook, and Zach Goss, the scheduled hitters. Seven won the Ironman lead. Bottom half of the fifth inning, Ironman looking to stretch their lead and possibly get a 10-run rule game here. First pitch on the outer half, call strike from new pitcher Isaac Edwards to the second baseman Charlie Malson. 0-1 the count. Charlie's got a double and a fly out in his 2 at-bats. Also has an RBI and a run scored. That pitch down in the dirt. It'll make its way all the way to the screen. That'll even the count at 1-1. The catcher Van Putten out to have a little chat with his new pitcher Edwards. Might have been a little cross up there. So Malson, Cook, and Goss, scheduled hitters here in the fifth inning. Edwards comes to the set. He kicks and fires. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on by Malson. He'll ground it back to the pitcher. Edwards will pick it up, fire over to first base. Malson always hustling, makes it close. 1 out here. Bottom of the fifth. Ironman up 7-1. Jake Cook steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Designated hitter for the Ironman. He'll step in for his first at bat against righty Isaac Edwards. First pitch to Cook on its way. Fastball in the dirt, low. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 1 out, nobody on here. Ironman half of the fifth. Ironman leads 7-1. 3 runs in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. That pitch is down low, 2-0 the count. The Royals scored their lone run back in the third. Cook digs in. Here comes the 2-0. Ball 3 outside, up and away. 3-0 the count. Jake Cook in the driver's seat. Zach Goss on deck. Following Goss will be the center fielder, Ori Cook. 3-0 the count. Here comes the pitch. Way outside. Ball 4. Jake Cook will trot down to first. That'll bring Goss to the plate. 1 out, 1 on. Jake Cook at first. O'Hara looks over at Cook. Comes to the set. Fires to the plate. Ball low. Edwards struggling to find the plate so far here in his first inning of work. Zach O'Hara leaves the game, trailing 7-1. He struck out 3, walked 1. Isaac Edwards now on to pitch. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss by Goss. That'll even the count at 1. There's some action down in the Royals bullpen. Can't see a number down there. Here comes the 1-1. Up the middle. Edwards, he'll make the grab. He'll throw it to second. He'll get the lead runner, and they'll turn that double play. Despite the fact that Goss has good wheels, the Royals with the first double play of the game, and that'll end this fifth inning. No runs for the Ironmen. They maintain their 7-1 lead. 5 innings complete, 7-1 the score. Ironmen out in front of the Fredericton Royals. So we'll be back shortly. Beautiful Ironman Park here. O'Donaghues Thursday night Ironman Baseball. Fredericton and Chatham. 7-1 the Ironman lead. We'll be right back. So back at Ironman Field, Jamie Walls completing his warm-up pitches here in the top of the sixth. He will face Nathan Van Putten, Josh Dennis, and Dylan McKenna here in the sixth inning. Ironman leading 7-1 here after 5. Jamie Wall's been cruising so far. Had a couple innings there with some runners on, but nothing too serious. There was a second and third situation back, I think, in the second inning, and catcher Jeff Watkin picked off the runner at third base, and then the next pitch was a pop-up, which got them out of that inning pretty slick. So Nathan Van Putten steps in. He's got a double and a strikeout tonight so far in his 2 plate appearances. First pitch to him, swung on, line shot to center. Ori Cook goes back. He'll reach up and grab that. That's a pretty routine play. Van Putten hit the ball hard, but right at Cook. 1 pitch, 1 out here, top of 6. That'll bring Josh Dennis to the plate. Dennis is he flied out to center his first at bat. His strikeout victim in his second at bat, 0 for 2. Nobody on, 1 out. Walls with the first pitch to Dennis. That's down in the dirt. Bounces in there. The ball 1. Dylan McKenna, the second baseman, on deck. Late in the game now, Jamie Walls slows down quite a bit more out there on the mound. The veteran knows what he's doing, knows how to pitch. He's got the sign. He digs in. He kicks and fires. Here comes the 1-0. Ball 2, down and in. Fastball down and in. 1 out, nobody on. Fredericton top half of the 6th. Here's the 2-0 pitch on its way. Breaking ball up and away. 3-0 the count now to Josh Dennis, the first baseman. Walls will look to work his way back in the count here. 3-0 pitch on its way. Ball 4, fastball up, 4-pitch walk. Josh Dennis will make his way down to first base. And that'll bring second baseman Dylan McKenna to the plate. He's hit by pitch and a strikeout in his 2 at-bats. Jamie's got 8 strikeouts, and that last walk will be his 4th of the game. So Dennis at first, the base runner at first with that walk. Dylan McKenna to the plate. Walls to the set. He kicks and fires. He comes to the plate. Foul straight back. He jumps ahead of McKenna. 0-1. Can't see Dennis running in this situation. He'll stay pretty close to the base. Walls can focus on the batter. 7-1 the score. Ironman out big, out in front of the visiting Royals here. Top half of the 6th inning. Walls to the set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Jamie still popping that mitt here in the 6th inning. To be quite honest with you, McKenna wasn't even close to that pitch. 0-2 the count. 1 out, 1 on here. Top of 6. Van Putten flied out the first pitch of the inning. And then Dennis walked. The 0-2 is a high and outside. That'll bring the count up to 1-2. Jamie Walls working deep into another ball game. Top of 6, 1 out. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball up. That'll even the count at 2-2. Jamie looking for a ground ball. Double play. Get himself out of this 6th inning. Fredericton turned a double play in their half of the previous inning to get out of a little bit of jam. So here comes the 2-2. Call, strike 3. That'll be the second out. That'll be the second K for McKenna. Backwards K looking. Strikeout number 9 for Jamie Walls, and that'll bring left fielder number 24, Matt Munn, to the plate. He flied out to the first baseman in his first at-bat, and he got a single in his second at-bat. He's also got a stolen base. So with 2 out, runner at first. Munn steps to the plate. Walls has a sign, comes to the set. First pitch on the way. Fastball up and in. Ball 1. Thomas Hoyt, the center fielder for the Royals, on deck. He's got 2 strikeouts so far tonight. Jamie's got 9 strikeouts, 4 walks in his 5 2/3 of innings of ball so far. Here comes the 1-0. Right at the letters. Strike 1 called. That'll even the count 1-1. Dylan McKenna at first base. Sorry, check that. Josh Dennis at first base. Matt Munn, the batter, with 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th. Jamie lets it go. Foul straight back. Strike 2. 1-2 now the count on Munn. He took a mighty swing. 1-2. 2 out. Runner on first. Jamie Walls looking to complete his 6th inning on the mound here tonight. Ironman up 7-1 here. Top of 6. Jamie comes to the set. He's got the sign. He fires. Pop foul over the mesh here, first base side. That'll hold the count at 1-2. So 1-2 the count on Munn. He's looking to extend this inning for Hoyt. Jamie Walls looking to shut this inning down right here. Munn swings and lofts a lazy fly ball down to Mike McKay out in left field. Mike camps under it, makes the catch. That'll be the 3rd out. So for Fredericton, they have no runs here in their half of the 6th. No hits. 1 runner via a base on balls. And after 5.5 innings complete, Chatham still leads 7-1 here over the visiting Fredericton Royals. And we thank everybody for tuning in and watching and listening to O'Donaghues Thursday Night Ironmen Baseball, put on by Elitecast Media. And we're very, very happy to bring it to you. And looks like Fredericton's making another pitching change. So Isaac Edwards, 1 inning pitched. He had 1 base on balls. And the new pitcher for Fredericton will be number 34, Jackson Wilson. And we'll be right back, folks, with the Ironman half of the 6th inning. All right, back at beautiful Ironman Field. Bottom half of the 6th, Ironman coming to bat. Already up 7-1, be facing a new pitcher here, Jackson Wilson, who would be the son of Rod Wilson. Of course, that would make him the nephew of longtime star in this New Brunswick Senior Baseball League, Derek Wilson. According to my stats, he doesn't have any appearances yet so far this year. Big, tall, lanky right-hander, throws hard. Might be a little nervous out there. A couple of his warm-up pitches made it to high up in the screen, so we'll see how he fares. Ori Cook leading off for the Ironmen here in their half of the 6th. It'll be Ori Cook, followed by the top of the order, Mike McKay and Chris Keating. Ori, a strikeout victim back in his first at-bat, and then he got a double. A single in his second at bat. 7-1 the score. Ironman out in front big. Bottom half is 6. Jackson Wilson with his first appearance of the season, according to these stats. So Cook steps in. Wilson's got the sign, and here comes the first pitch. Ball high. A lot of his warm-up pitches were in that same area. They were a little up. We'll see how he makes out. 1-0 the count to Ori Cook. Ironman center fielder. That pitch is also up. 2 balls, no strikes. Beautiful night here for baseball. I'll say it again. Great crowd. Great night for a game. Here comes the 2-0. Wilson with the pitch. Ball 3. Mike McKay waiting on deck. Like I say, Ori Cook 1 for 2 with a single. Mike McKay is 0 for 3. The 3-0 pitch is right down the middle, strike 1. That'll make the count 3-1. Wilson will be looking to work his way all the way back from a 3-0 count. Ori Cook looking to get on. 3-1 the count. Nobody on, nobody out. First batter of the inning, ball 4. Ori will trot down to first. That'll bring Mikey McKay to the plate. The Ironman left fielder and speedster. You see Mikey coming into this game was hitting .317. He'll drop down a little bit below that so far tonight, 0 for 3. He's got another speedster at first base and Ori Cook. Here comes the first pitch, up and in, ball 1. 7-1 the score. Bottom of the 6th inning. Ironman looking to extend their lead. If they can push up 4 runs across there, this game will be over. Here's the pitch from Wilson. Right down the middle, strike 1. 1-1 now the count to Mike McKay. Wilson looking for a ground ball. McKay looking to find some green out there. Ori takes a good lead off at first. Wilson to the set. Here comes the pitch. Mike with a mighty swing and a miss. Throw back behind to first base to try to get Ori napping, but no such luck. 1-2 now the count on McKay. Wilson up ahead in the count. Nobody out here. Ironman batting in the 6th inning. Mike McKay the batter. Chris Keating on deck. Jackson Wilson comes to the set. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball. Weak ground ball to shortstop. Oliver. He'll get the runner out at second. The relay to first not in time. McKay will be safe on the fielder's choice. So Ori Cook and McKay will trade places. McKay on at first now with 1 out. Chris Keating coming to the plate. Oliver and McKenna tried to turn 2 there. McKenna made a good play, but just Mike McKay's got too much speed. Ball wasn't hit hard enough to turn 2. So with 1 out and 1 on, Mike McKay at first, Chris Keating to the plate. Wilson with the first pitch, inner half, fastball called strike. 1 strike on Keating. Tonight Keating has flied out to third. He's got a single, and he grounded out to the first baseman. Here comes the 0-1. Wilson with the pitch. That ball's in the dirt. Nice block there by Van Putten to keep Mike McKay from advancing. 1-1 now the count to the Ironman shortstop. Keating with a solid single up the middle. Hits the ball hard all the time. Very strong young fella. McKay at first with his lead. Wilson fires. Ball down and in into the dirt near Keating's feet. That'll go all the way to the screen. McKay will trot into second on the wild pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. 1 out. Runner at second. Mike McKay out at their second base on courtesy of that wild pitch. Chris Keating at the plate. Wilson, a tall, lanky right-hander, just a young fella. Throws hard. Here comes the 2-1. Ball's up a little bit. 3-1 now the count. Chris could look for something there. in a certain spot, be selective. If it's there, put a nice swing on it. If not, just leave it go. You got a couple pitches to play with. 3-1 the count. Here comes the pitch from Wilson. Chris bends away from an inside fastball. Ball 4. So that'll put runners at first and second with 1 out. And that'll bring Dylan Lester to the plate. So with the Ironmen leading 7-1 here in the 6th inning, runners on first and second, Speedster out at second base and Mike McKay. Dylan Lester steps to the plate. He'll look to extend the Ironman lead here. First pitch from Wilson is up and in. Lester spins away from that. 1 ball, no strikes. Count to the Ironman third baseman here tonight. Sometimes you see him out there playing short. A lot of times you see him on the mound. Tonight he's third base. He's up 1-0 on the count. Wilson with a pitch, paints that outside corner fastball. That'll even the count at 1-1. McKay with a big lead at second. Nobody near him. Wilson with the look back, but he's coming to the plate. Here comes a curveball. On the inner half, called strike 2. Wilson jumps ahead of the count on Lester. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the 6th. 2 runners on. Ironmen looking to extend their lead here. Already up 7-1 here in the 6th inning. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking pitch outside. 2-2 now the count. Tyler McKay, the catcher, on deck. He replaced Jeff Watkin a couple of innings ago. Watkin rolled an ankle going into second base. Chatting with him here briefly a few minutes ago. He says he's going to be okay. He's got a little ice on it. He's going to be all right. Here comes the pitch in the dirt. That'll run the count full. Good block by Van Putten, keeping that in front of him. That'll keep McKay at second. So with Mike McKay at second, and Chris Keating at first. 2 on, 1 out. The count full to Dylan Lester there, one of the Ironman top batters. Hitting .435 this year. 4 doubles, 1 home run. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fastball up, ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. Tyler McKay coming to the plate again. McKay had a sac fly RBI in his only other at bat. Like I say, he replaced Watkin, who hurt his ankle running the bases a couple innings ago. McKay stepped in at second base, or pinch run at second base, and then stepped in behind the plate to catch the remainder of this game. So the Ironmen also have bases loaded here again in the 6th inning. They've had lots of base runners on tonight. 7-1 the score, looking to stretch their lead. Tyler McKay to the plate, facing the young right-hander Jackson Wilson. Wilson having some trouble with his command here so far in his first inning of work. Looks like it's his first inning for the season. Got to give him credit out there for giving it a go. Bases are full. Here comes the first pitch to McKay. Ball went behind McKay. I don't know how that didn't hit him. Went up and over top of him. Ball 1. 1 out. Bases loaded. Tyler McKay to the plate. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Wilson. Fastball up and in. Ball 2. Good pitchers, good hitters count here. 2-0. Be selective. See something you like, put a good swing on it. Tyler's been playing this game a long time. Good hitter. Smart hitter. Here comes the 2-0. Ball on the inner half. Strike on the inner half. 2-1 now the count. Not to McKay's liking. Looking for something out a little further out over the plate. Somebody can get his arms extended. That ball was in. 2-1. Here comes. That ball's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. That ball was clearly outside, but some of the Royals players are getting on home plate umpire Jason Dunnett. 3-1 the count to McKay. Bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. That'll make the count full at 3-2. Mike McKay at third. Chris Keating at second. Dylan Lester at first, Tyler McKay at the plate, 3-2 the count, 1 out here, bottom of 6, Ironman up 7-1. Here comes the pitch. That ball is outside, low and away. That'll walk in a run. Another RBI for Tyler McKay. So in his first inning of work here so far, young Jackson Wilson has walked 3. And that'll bring Nick Leggett to the plate. Bases remain loaded. Time is called. The Fredericton coach is going to go out to the mound and have a little chat with his young pitcher, Jackson Wilson. That meeting didn't last long. Coach is harping at the umpire on his way back to the dugout, asking for some strikes. Nothing there was even close, folks. I don't know what he's looking at. Anyhow, it is what it is. The catcher makes his way back to the plate. We're going to get going here. We got the bases loaded still. 1 out. 1 run across so far. 8-1 the score. Here comes the first pitch to Leggett. Fastball on the inner half. Strike 1. Second pitch is up and away. 1-1 now the count. Leggett looking to do some damage here with the bases loaded. Fastball, strike called at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Bases loaded here for the Ironmen here in the top half of the 6th. Pitch is down and away in the dirt. They appeal down to first. They say that he didn't swing. 2-2 now the count. So we've got Keating at third, Lester at second, Tyler McKay at first. 1 out, 8-1 the score. And the pitch, curveball down low. Count goes full. Here comes the pitch from Wilson. Up and in, ball 4. He'll walk in another run. That'll be an RBI for Leggett. I think that gives him 3 for the night so far. That'll bring Charlie Malson to the plate, the second baseman. He's got a double tonight, an RBI and a run scored. The first pitch to Malson, up and away, ball 1. Jackson Wilson struggling so far tonight there with his command. He's walked 4 so far. That ball's up. 2 balls, no strikes. The count on second baseman Charlie Malson. 9-1 the score. Ironmen up big on the visiting Fredericton Royals. The 2-0 pitches across. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Base is still loaded. 1 out here. Bottom half of the 6. Ironmen looking to finish this one off. Swing and a miss. Foul straight back. 2-2. Now the count. Wilson looking to work his way out of this jam. Malson looking to do a little bit more damage. Base hit here, could score 2 and finish this game. 2-2 the count. 1 out, bases loaded. Malson calls time. Wilson steps off. Jake Cook on deck. Malson been swinging a pretty hot bat as of late. He'd like to send everybody home happy here in the 6th inning. Here comes the pitch, 2-2. Malson swings, fouls it straight back here to the screen. The count will remain 2-2. Wilson throws hard. Tall, lanky fella. He's got some zip on the fastball. Just having a little bit of control issues here so far tonight. Here comes the 2-2. Malson with a hot shot down to the second baseman. They'll try to turn 2 here. They will not do it. 1 run scored, and here comes the other run, and this will do that. This ball game will be over. Nick Leggett with the hard slide at second, breaking up that double play. The ball, the return throw to first, ended up sailing into the stands. The Ironmen will score 2 runs, and that'll make the score 11-1 here in the 6th inning, and that'll finish this ball game off. 10-run rule, just like the doctor ordered, folks. So that'll make the final from beautiful Ironman Park here after 6 innings. 11-1. The Ironmen beat Fredericton by the 10-run rule here on O'Donaghues Thursday Night Ironman Baseball. We thank you for signing in. We thank you for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate O'Donaghues for helping us with this broadcast, and appreciate Elitecast Media for doing all the behind-the-scenes work and getting us on the air. Thanks, folks.